In this video, I just want to go over discussing the jaw control, so you can get some motion in the jaw, and eye control. So this is the eye joint, and right now it's skinned for the whole head. Okay, so what I tend to do is select the mesh. Actually, before I even show you how I'll just remove all the skin weighting for the eye and fix up the jaw, I just want to explain how I attach the jaw joint, because I am using the human IK system. Before I mentioned that I just simply parented it in, but that's not correct. What I actually did, I created the joint here and the end joint, right? To parent it into the system, I selected the joint, whoops, and I selected the head joint, and then I went skeleton, connect joint options. Make sure you change from connect to parent joint, and then click connect. Okay, and that connects it into the system, which means then when you do your bind skin, when you select the root of the skeleton, shift select that, and when you go skin, bind skin, you will have some skin weighting on the jaw, which is what you want, like that. So let's now move in, and I'll do some paint skin weights on the jaw. So you should see the jaw joint turn up in your list down here, and there it is there. There's my neck, there's my eye joint, and with the eye joint I'm actually going to just change that to 0 influence. So replace with value of 0, maximum opacity, and click flood. That removes any influence. Okay, now let's go to the jaw, which I haven't actually named, which is this one here. It's the end there, that one there. Okay, and now let's fix the influence. So I want to replace with, so I'll just remove all this influence around here. Actually, I often like to flood that as well. So I go opacity 1, value 0, flood. And now I'll go add, and I'll add a value, introduce some value, bring this down. Don't go too high with it. And I will start to paint, holding B, the jaw. So the jaw area, both sides. I want it to be 100% at the end here, and 100% on this lip. Alright, I'm just going to fix this shortly so I can remove some of them. I'm going to go inside the head, B to make this a bit smaller. Okay, it's better. And I will remove influence, replace, value of 0, to remove anything on the top lip. Okay, let's see what we get. Looks like it's still a little bit there. Am I right or wrong? Maybe it's not. Alright. I'll also use smooth quickly. I'm going to smooth around some of these edges here a little bit, so get a nice gradation, transition. I might even add a bit more in here. Okay, let's see what we get. W, grab the jaw control, E to rotate, and rotate it down. Now I can position it, see, bring it down, come here, and it looks like I need to increase this area. So I've already got the control selected. So now I need to add a value, not too high. Bring this brush down a bit. Just be careful as you're painting it. So there we go. I need to bring this right up. So that should be 100%. It's better. I'm actually introducing some of the cheek here too. Not too much. That's better. Don't want it dropping down too much. Alright, and I'll go back to smooth again. So I think you get the idea. It's about, just make sure you got 100% on the jaw there. Okay, I could introduce more in here if I wanted to. Both sides, maybe do a little bit there. Actually, no, I won't, not there. Okay, come back to my T-pose. Oh, actually, that's one thing. Because it's an external control, this is not a part of the human IK system. You'll have to zero that out yourself because there's no control in the human IK for that. Just be aware of that. So there it is. It's much better. Still room for improvement. Probably, yeah. Okay, so that's that done. With the eye should not rotate now. It'll only move with this one. It shouldn't move with the skin, and it doesn't. Great. And that's what I wanted. See it there. Okay. Fantastic. So that's it for the skin weighting. You do need to come in and once again test, you know, the area of influence, check the fingers, etc. Fix those up. Check those, you know, because I've gone and skin weighted this again. I've got to do the belly, like I showed you guys before. I just wanted to iterate on this particular area so as you understand how to add these controls. All right, and when I created this control, I moved the pivot point right up onto this joint here. See that? So it pivots from there by holding D and V. Yeah, that's it, guys. I will mention too, for example, clothing. I mentioned this today. A quick way to create clothing: Control D to duplicate your mesh. Come into your channel box. They're all grayed out, so select them. Right click and go unlock selected. This means I can now move the second mesh over. And let's say I wanted to create a shirt, so I'll delete any faces I don't want. I'm going to use symmetry, so I'll grab, say, these, and I'll get rid of, actually I'll just control delete. Make sure you hit control delete, not just delete. The pants, I'll hit shift and I'll propagate up through my selection like that, so control delete. I'll have to check that. See, I accidentally grabbed a ring around the back, so I'll just go one more. It's okay. I'm going to check that at the front. Whoops. Yeah, I'll grab these ones too. Whoa, actually it's propagating all the way through like that. Not good. So, you know what? I'm just going to back out of that quickly. Why not? And I'll just fix that. So I don't want, or I do want all the way up to there. With your character course, your area selection is going to be totally different. Right, just giving you a bit of a heads up. So I'll delete all that, control delete. This one here, control delete. And now I should be able to grab the head, shift, my arrow keys, grab the whole lot, control delete. There we go. Okay, it's a nice start to a shirt. I will get rid of this front one down to there. Whoops. Not sure why it's doing that, but not a big deal. Make sure you don't have anything else selected. Control delete. I'm going to scale these in a little bit just to bring them closer. Something like that. Okay. And then it's personal preference how you start to model the shirt, etc. I will pull some of these vertex out for a bit of a collar, like that. Maybe it's a bit higher. Maybe this one's higher. One thing I will recommend is that you, because this is paper thin right now around the edge, add an edge loop with your modeling toolkit, multi-cut, super close, like that, super close here, okay, anywhere at the ends, like here as well, and I'll do one here, nice and close. Why? Because later on you come in here, better get out a soft mod tool. I'll just check those ones. I'll just try and scale those in a little bit, see what happens. I'll turn off. No, I won't. Anyway, basically all I'm trying to do here is to grab these selections, scale them in a bit so you can create some thickness. Okay, I'll grab these ones too, scale them in. I might even put another edge loop here, grab that edge loop and just bring it up a bit. Okay, so there we go. This one here, and I better turn on symmetry, do both sides at once, scale this one in a bit, and I'm going to sort of pull it in slightly. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so I've got myself a jacket. I will, no, I'll leave. Actually, I'm going to bring that one in a bit. It's a bit too chunky like that. So I'm just doing a little bit of self-tailoring right now, using the soft mod tool for the look that I'm going for. I'm going to mention that, whoops, not that. I'll go for these edges, not all the way around. Sorry, I keep grabbing it all the way around. I don't want to. Just want to bring that down. Sorry, I have a killer of a cold at the moment. So, how's that? A bit better? Okay. So now I'll delete the history on that, and then I could add a material, so it's when I place it back over the mesh, it's easily discernible. Sorry. Control D, change the color. I'll go for green. There we go. Okay, now I'll move it over into place. Now it's going to sit over top like that. Sorry. Now, before I do that, while I've got that, I'm going to hit Control 1 just to hide the other mesh. You can actually grab all your vertices like this, and in your what I want to do is scale them all out. So I'm going to go double click on Scale Tool and go to Normal, right? Sorry, not Scale to, my bad. The Move tool, Translate tool. Go from World to Normal. You got that N. So while you got that selected, click on the little N. Where is it? It's hard to see. There it is. And just pull out on the N. That pulls it out everywhere. See? Uniformly around. Now what I'm going to have to do is adjust some of this, of course. So see these? So I'll go back to World. I'll try Symmetry. Symmetry doesn't work anymore. So pull that out. Need to clean some of this up. It's like it's gone a little bit wonky there after I use that tool. Actually, I'm going to undo that just to make sure. Okay, I'm just going to do that one more time. So the little N, pull on the N, that'll inflate it a bit. Okay, that should be better. Just close that. By the way, you don't have to do it like that. If you really wanted to, that just, pull. I've just simply scaled it a little bit. I'll fix these a little bit, so you could in fact just use your B tool, soft mod. I better reset the tool. Just pull bits out. Oops. I will turn on symmetry. So symmetry's not working on this one. Pull it off the chest a bit. Okay. Pull it off the back. Okay, that'll do. And I'll pull it out here. Looks a little bit strange just there. And B. Okay. Alright, so now we have a jacket. Alright. Not perfect, but functional. I'll grab these so they're not at least sticking into the character's chin. I'll increase the amount, bring them down a bit. I might even try scaling them out. No, I won't. Move them out a bit. Alright, so there's our jacket. What I want to try doing here, you could either go for simply skinning this, right, or you could try using nCloth. I will use nCloth, so I'll delete any history, Alt Shift D, and then I will actually increase the resolution of this. Modeling, mesh, smooth. I'll smooth it just once. I'll have a look. That's better. Okay. And looks like I need to change some of this again. So I'll just spend a little bit of time inflating some of this. I'll grab the whole loop, increase that, scale it. If I can go symmetrical. There we go, see? I'll do the same with this one. So, there we go. I want to grab this one too. Trying to get the edge loops. I'll go edges. Reduce the size of that a bit. Like that. And so I'm just doing a little bit of housework here, just fixing things up a bit. Whoops, better undo that one. I didn't grab that whole loop. That did. It's a bit better. Might even pull some of this out. Whoa, not W. Pull it out. It's very important that none of the mesh is touching the character's skin like that. You do not want any penetration at all. So you go around, look at this, see? There's bits here still penetrating. Pull it right out actually. So I'm sure nothing's really touching. Alright. So hopefully none of this is touching anymore. I'll actually go a bit deeper with that one. Hopefully it should be alright. Let's see what we get. I'll just pull this out. And okay, let's talk about doing the nCloth. So for nCloth, we will go, make sure there's no history, go into your effects menu and go nCloth, create nCloth with of course your cloth selected. Now select the base mesh, your character's mesh, and go nCloth again, and this time go passive collider. Okay, now if I were to move this around, it may work. Let me just check it. No, it's not, because it has to be simulated. So if I were to animate this now, I'll hit S, take it to save frame 5, hit S, nothing. This one as well. By the way, if you select with the human IK, you can actually select this little one down the bottom here, and that selects everything. See that? This is your base control, your main control, and just selecting anywhere outside the mesh like that selects all of your controls. See that? Okay, so with all the controls selected, I would hit S. Now I'm going to go to save frame 15, and I'll pull down just the arms here. And I did mention I'd like to have those up, so I'll put those up into IK mode. See that? So they're both green. Alright, bring it down. Bring it down. Something like that. Maybe I'll move the head a little bit. Maybe even looks down. Yeah, he opens his mouth there. Cool. I'm going to fix this eye a little bit, but this will be animated later. Alright, that's the position. Grab everything, see, hit S. So there's a little bit of animation, just going from there to there. Let's see how that affects this by make sure I'm on play every frame, not 24 FPS, because I'm now using cloth simulation. So the running man, and hit play. Now it's coming down. It's going to be really a lot of, see, there's very little friction, so it'll almost float away or fall off the character. So to fix that, just push stop, rewind, and select the mesh, the clothing, and in your attribute editor, if you come across to your cloth, nCloth, sorry, not nCloth, the nCloth shape, nCloth shape 1, then go presets, and just select, say, heavy denim or t-shirt. I'll go heavy denim. I'll go replace. Now when I play it back, by default it just gives you a really good starting point. Okay, it's still going to slide off a little bit because we haven't done any pinning, so I'll just stop that, rewind it, come up here. So what do I mean by pinning? Well, I really want to connect, say, some of these points to the character's mesh so he doesn't move, so they don't move. Like the back of the neck, maybe I might grab these vertices, maybe all the way around. So I got that loop. Now I'll hold shift and I'll select the character's base mesh like that. See that? And I will go up here under N constraint and go point to surface, and you get all these little lines. See, dotted lines there, perforated lines. That means that they've got pins. Oh, it's done it actually all the way down there too. Ooh, everywhere. I didn't actually want it that far, but let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's just play that back. This is actually connected all the way around now. There you go. So it's starting to look better. Needs some work, of course. Okay, I'll just stop that. Rewind it. So you get the idea. I would then come into my cloth and start to make changes, dynamic properties in the collision. Okay, thickness, stickiness, a little bit of friction. You can actually see the thickness by turning it on here. You can adjust your thickness of your collision. Okay guys, so I'll turn that off. Hopefully that works for you. Okay, so thanks for watching.